Welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey McClellan.
And I'm Ashley Erling. We're taking a look at Block Island, baby.
It's a beautiful,
wow.
beautiful shot right there.
How amazing does that look?
You know what's funny? Every time I do see this shot, I always think it's like an island.
I
know it's an island, blah,
yes,
blah,
no,
but
I
you know what I
understand what
mean?
you're saying, like a tropical island.
Caribbean island.
We say this every time, but you know what? You haven't watched all our shows, so we'll say it again. It really looks like some other destination.
It's beautiful.
I know that it is so close, but like it just seems like a different place to me, like a different world.
Yeah, we are so lucky to live so close to something like that.
Yeah,
you know? I mean, we
live
here, beautiful city.
Audrey, maybe someday we'll go.
Maybe someday I'll enjoy
I just
Block
keep
Island
saying
more
it
than
because
once.
I'm roasting myself.
Yes,
because like I really want to go there, but
I know
you do have to plan just a tiny bit.
Yeah. And it is. It's beautiful. And you can do a day trip. I know that.
I think that I really am narrowing in on a day trip, but it's hard to even find a full day.
I would prefer to go during the week because I do feel like it's not going to be as crowded. Like it will be on a weekend.
Yeah.
So I just got to figure, we work during the week.
Right.
So it's
I know. It's
figure that out.
We
how to make that
other
work.
things that we're taking time off for coming up. So it's like,
it's tough.
But
so maybe next summer.
I feel like a lunch on Block Island would be doable.
Yeah.
But you have
maybe we'll do one on the road. We'll do a little Spotlight New England on the road. Yeah. We tried that once. We could maybe try it again.
Owen loves
He's like,
live.
Actually, we'll have you come with us. And
he's traumatized. He can't. He's like, please stop. Well, today is a What We're Loving Day. And we're loving giving Owen a hard time, but that's not actually.
It's not what we write.
It's our actual. What's yours? Because I can't even wait. You know, I'm already like.
This one, so this is the
I can't
one
wait to
size.
Talk to you about this.
There we go. This is the one. This is the popular. This is like the bronze veil. This is like the popular caramel glow color. They do have another color as well. This is actually the tamest color.
I know. Well, there was only you told me about this, and I have been dying for your review, so I'm excited that we're talking about this today. But you told me there were really only two colors,
There's only two colors,
and you wanted to get the darker one. And who was it? Your husband?
My husband's like that's not your shade. This one is. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you have to wear that one. But
it's great. It's just like a setting spray.
Is it great? Have you been loving it?
I actually
have you been
love
using it?
This is how much I love it. I actually went Monday, and I bought one for the house too. So I have this one at work.
Oh, you keep one at work and one's not.
And I loved it that much because I didn't want to have to bring this one back and forth.
It's not cheap, so that means you really love it.
I really like this. I actually like it so much. I bought one for my daughter.
What?
Yes, I did.
Audrey, what does she need a setting spray for?
You know what it is? You know why I liked it? Because this is like her makeup. Like,
right.
Like that's all she uses. Whereas like, rather than doing like a full set of makeup.
So to set it up for us though, does it make you actually tanner?
It does. I mean, it's not like a crazy huge difference. But there's definitely
like a glow.
Absolutely like a glow. And I only just do.
I mean, you're tan anyway, so it's hard for me to tell what that is, like if it's that or if it's
and it definitely is this. And actually, I saw on TikTok the other day a woman had taken. She's like, "Oh, you can use this as a contour."
Okay.
So she had like a piece of paper, and she goes, "I'm just going to show you roughly how you can do it." And she put the paper up to where she wanted like the line to be, and she did like a quick spray. And it was subtle, but definitely worked.
I have one final question: does it like get in your hair, and does it like make
it does? Like, it does get in your hair, but it doesn't.
Can you like see it? Do you have to like?
No, I like it does get up there, but I will say the only thing, if I had to pick one thing, it does sting your eye. Obviously your eyes are closed when you do it, but every time I do that like initial open, I have that like a little bit of a sting.
Okay, but you do it over all your makeup.
Like
the eye makeup and everything.
I do everything. I wait till my lipstick's on, and then I do a quick thing. And I will say, I feel like by the time I get home, many times my makeup is kind of like end of day.
Oh yeah, we have long days.
Coming off.
We have long days. We have different climates in every part of the building.
It's true. So you're sweaty, you're not, you're hot.
Literally.
I have to say, this stuff is a 10 out of 10, and I will continue to buy this.
I want to get it. Mine's a silly one. I have a silly one today.
What's that?
I love that they are it's coming back this weekend.
Yeah.
The Real Housewives, and they're doing the Ultimate Girls Trip.
Oh, yes.
So I've seen Andy Cohen this week. He's doing the rounds this week.
Yeah, he is.
You start to see it on all the different shows and on your social media algorithm when they do their different press things. And I know he does stuff with satellite radio, so I think he has that going. But I started to see who was on it, and I'm so excited. So we obviously got really into Housewives.
Right.
Again, but because of Rhode Island.
Right. It's close to home.
I did like a little bit of a rewatch and getting back into some of the franchises I'd fallen off of.
Yep.
So I'm kind of like very deeply back into Housewives. So let me read you the cast.
Yeah.
If I may. Vicky Gunvalson.
Yes.
Okay. They did
Love
well.
Vicky.
Luann Desette, the Countess.
Yep.
Teresa Giudice or Giudice, depending on when you started watching the show.
Yep.
Kyle Richards.
Yep. They got a good cast.
Yep. Portia Williams and Giselle. I never got super into Atlantic and Potomac, but I do want to.
Yeah.
And then Lisa Barlow.
Oh, okay.
From Salt Lake.
Salt Lake.
They had even though that they're new, she's newer. I think they needed a Salt Lake person. I think that Nene Leakes maybe makes.
Is she coming back?
I think she might make a cameo.
See, Nene was the reason I watched Atlanta.
I think she's has a moment. If I'm reading the quick blurb.
That's actually a really great. Dare I say, an all-star cast.
That's how they exactly describe it.
Is that what they say?
An all-star cast on a cross-country
road
trip to revisit historic Housewives locations.
Very cool.
That sounds amazing. Now tell me this. Isn't that when the local housewives did a little team up there?
Yes.
So I think some of our girls will appear
in this
on that season. So it all comes back.
Because I forget who I remember seeing interviewed, and she said, somebody from one of the cast, this is a really good, they are a good cast. They're gonna be fine.
Yes, I remember.
Do you remember? I forget what one said that.
I do too. It might have been Teresa.
Was it Teresa? But they were they're gonna be fine.
Because Vicky would never say anything.
No, and I can't imagine any.
Vicky wouldn't be like they're gonna be great. Yeah, I feel like Teresa might say that.
That would track for Teresa.
Maybe Countess. Depends on her mood.
I'm just trying to think. I can't really see Kylie.
Kyle could.
Maybe she could.
Kyle could.
Portia,
she knows how to play the game.
But I just remember them saying these girls are gonna be fine.
So I'm just excited.
When does it air?
It starts this weekend, I think.
It's this weekend?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't remember which night, but just check wherever you watch your stuff.
All right.
It's always on demand. So.
All-star cast.
That is what we're loving today. And stick around because we have a lot more fun coming up today on Spotlight New England. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. There is so much to love about New England in the summertime, and we are all about telling you that summer is not over yet. We still have plenty of summer left to celebrate. So we have brought in an expert today. Colleen Blair joins us. She is a content creator. She does an amazing job. We're going to get into all of that. We're so excited to have you, Colleen. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And I've been wanting to reach out to you for a while, but what really sparked me being like, oh, I really need to reach out to her is you were at that amazing concert the other day with the Zac Brown Band, and you were one of the people in the audience that won the cruise.
Yeah, it was amazing. I've, always wanted to be a part of an audience giveaway like that.
Yes.
And I never thought that it would happen to me. I grew up seeing it on Oprah,
right?
and Ellen. Yeah, and so to be part of something like that was definitely really cool and super unexpected and such a fun surprise.
So bring us through it. I mean, because when I was watching it back,
we've been watching it all week. It's so fun.
Kidding? I mean, you see the thing come up on the screen and people taking photos of the QR code.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that at first people didn't understand.
Right, and you were kind of like, what do you say?
Is this real?
Yeah.
Because they had, when you walked into Fenway Park before the concert, they had the screen saying something big's coming tonight, and that could be anything.
Right,
it could be
they're going to say that no matter
it
what.
Could be, and so people were sort of like, oh, so something special is going to happen, but nobody knew what it was. And so during his second act, and he had one of the guitarists that used to play with Jimmy Buffett had as a special guest, and so they had played Pirate Looks at 40, and so there were already sort of some Jimmy Buffett vibes kind of going on, and Margaritaville at Sea is one of the sponsors of his tour, so they had some, fun
signage
setups and photo ops and things like that, so I think people were already sort of thinking about it, but I don't think anyone expected that he was going to be giving away a cruise to 35,000 people.
It's truly unbelievable.
Yeah,
it must have just been so exciting.
Yeah, I mean, to win something like that, I mean,
did the vibe change in the park? Was everybody just cheering? Going crazy?
I think people were in disbelief, and it was kind of like, oh my gosh, we get to do this awesome. and be a part of this, and so. Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, I think it was a great show.
Yeah.
Concerts at Fenway are always such a good time.
I've never
so
been
it
to
was like
one there.
I've been to a couple there. It's a great venue.
I think this was my 4th concert there this summer.
Oh, really? Okay.
So,
yeah, I can
this summer alone, huh?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Saw Noah Khan
I know you went to the Noah Khan one. Yep.
Saw Mumford and Sons. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you pick all the best ones. Good
I mean, they've had a great lineup.
They have had a great lineup.
And Fenway Park is just such an iconic place to be. My husband has a season ticket package, so we go all the time for Red Sox games, and the concerts there are just a whole different vibe. But everyone's always excited to be there, and the energy is great, the vibes are great. So I feel like everyone was super into it. And then when they made that announcement, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh!"
It's like even better.
I get a free cruise.
Yeah, it was the right crowd. Really I feel like to do that with, because they're already like Zach Brown Band is really so like uplifting and fun and all that. So it was perfect. But I'm not surprised that he picked Boston to do it in, because he loves the venue. And then
this was his 15th sold out show.
Yes, incredible.
So in celebration of that, and also his partnership with
which is so fun. And then New England in general, I feel like obviously we all love it, we live here. It seems though like even like that, like celebrities who come here love it. So that leads us to talk about now all of the fun things that are still left to do this summer. There's tons of day trips. You mentioned, of course, Fenway Park. We'll chat about that in a second, but tell us how you got into content creation, because you have done a fantastic job.
Yeah, you're amazing at it.
Thank you. Well, I've had my account, Travel Like a Local MA, for 6 years now, I think.
And 6 years now?
Yeah, and I started it around the pandemic, a little bit before, actually, and then during that time, because it was hard to get places, people were looking for ideas of things that they could do within the region and places they could go locally. And I had a lot of fun trying to find things that people could do, safely and without having to get on an airplane. And it just sort of grew from there. And I've always loved traveling. My grandparents were big travelers, and it's always been something that I've just been interested in. I love hotels, and I just feel like this region has so much to offer. And so a lot of my focus is on Massachusetts, but also the greater region, all of New England. And I think my audience loves finding out about hidden gems and things to do and fun events. And I think, you just have to do a little research, but there's no shortage of things to do here in New England, even if you've lived here all your life.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I see new stuff all the time. And like, we literally do this as a job to like find cool things or like events or things like that, and all of the time I'm finding new things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like we're spoiled.
Yeah, I mean, even after doing this 6 years, there's new things that I learn about every day.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And how do you this is always like one of my questions for obviously like the account that you run. How do you like keep up with everything and stay so organized and yet still keep delivering?
I'm glad I give that illusion.
Well,
you definitely do.
Because you deliver great, like just quality content, which I feel like is the secret to the sauce.
Yeah.
And so how do you constantly keep yourself, if you keep it fresh, you keep it, fun, and you keep it informative? I mean, those are all the pieces. Like, how do you continue to do that?
Well, thank you for saying that. I mean, I think because I enjoy it genuinely, and it's something that I'm genuinely interested in, it just kind of comes naturally.
Yeah.
But, I think from doing this, I've met a lot of cool people. I'm always getting great recommendations and am able to kind of find things that are exciting that I know that I would really want to do and feel like other people should know about. And that's where a lot of it stems from. But I think from a content perspective, I'm taking content this year that, I may use this year, but then also use next year. Like there are certain things that I'm maybe doing now that, will only be happening for another week or so. Whereas next year I can pre-promote it with sort of more advanced
That's a great idea.
so that more people can go. So I sort of have this calendar of different things that are happening and different things coming up that I sort of go back to kind of figure out, what's seasonal now, what makes sense. what would people be interested in, and sort of, time
that way.
with, and so, I'll reuse some content, and there are certain things that I post every year. Like we talked a little bit about water, fire, and gardens. Like that's one of my favorite annual events. I post about that every year, and people always love it. And I think I've been posting it for probably the past 3 or 4 years, and every year I get comments from people saying, I had no idea about this.
That's very funny
amazing.
to us.
Yeah.
Because obviously being here, we talk about water fire so often and love it so much, just like you said.
Yeah.
But it's like almost shocking to hear that other people don't know about it. And it's just like you said, a wonderful, like, free, depending on if you spend money when you're here or not, but like you can just go for free. It's a family event, it's a community event, it's very laid back, so it's
supporting
a great
the arts, which I love.
Right,
and my husband and I love to come down. We stay at the Beatrice, which is
our
favorite
good one.
hotel.
Yes,
there you
get
go.
a drink on the rooftop, and then walk down to water fire. We've done the gondola tours. I mean, it's just such a fun little weekend break, and I think there's 2 or 3 of them coming up.
There's definitely more, and sometimes they usually end up releasing maybe 1 or 2 more once it gets a little bit closer. But that's actually a great point, even for people who live in Rhode Island, like don't take it for granted. Maybe make a night of it. Maybe go ahead and book a local hotel downtown that you can just walk to dinner, get a rooftop drink, go walk to it, because
that's a really good idea.
We all think like, okay, well we'll drive in, we'll look for parking, we'll walk in, but like that sounds like a great way to do it.
Fun getaway, that's something we look forward to every year.
What are some ideas for people maybe to do? It's getting like maybe a little late in the season for a full out vacation, but maybe for either a weekend or a night or 2 before the kids go back to school. Is there anywhere within driving distance that you would recommend that's maybe not super overwhelming?
Yeah, I mean, I think, one of the things that I love about New England and where we live is that there are so many places that you can get to within driving distance. For me, I'm based in Boston, so I can be here in Providence in an hour. I can be in Newport in an hour and a half. I can be up in Kennebunkport in an hour and a half.
Yeah, you're in a great spot.
Under 2
That's
hours.
what I said. It's right in the middle of everything. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's super easy. And so I think that's something that we sometimes take for granted being in this area, is that you really can do so many day trips. Without breaking the bank, that are only a couple hours away. And so, I think in Rhode Island, Newport is obviously one of my favorites. Coming down to the area, I love the Green Animals Topiary outside of Newport. I feel like that's a spot that people sometimes forget about because it's not like in Newport proper, but that's such a beautiful spot. I love going there, and then heading into Newport from there, going to get a drink on the lawn at Castle Hill Inn and watch the sailboats, stroll Bowen's Wharf and do those types of things.
I'm like, I'm doing this tonight.
I know. Audrey, this happens to us every time we have someone in. We're like, why are we not
this sounds amazing.
doing this more frequently? It's not like we've never done it, but like, why are we not doing this more frequently?
Even like you said, a simple drink at Castle Hill. I mean, that's something that is not difficult to do, but what a great like date night or girlfriend just activity to do.
Just to enjoy the views, and it doesn't have to be super expensive. So I think something like that's fun. Another thing here in Rhode Island that I just learned about this year is Rose Island. Have you heard about that?
I haven't been. We've done segments. It's been a while. We've done segments, but
I've never been.
Actually stay there.
You can stay over in the lighthouse. I went in June and I toured it, and it's amazing. It's so cool. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it's definitely sort of like,
rustic.
Rustic. But they've taken this lighthouse and they've essentially converted it into a place where you can stay overnight.
That is amazing.
And you have, access to the entire island. They have a fire pit. They have kayaks. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. So that's something that's on my bucket list.
Yeah, that's a really cool and like very unique thing you can do. Now, where can people follow along with you to get your suggestions? Because you have just like endless content if you scroll your page. Where can people follow you?
So Travel Like a Local, MA. Is my page. I started my page sort of focusing primarily on Massachusetts, but I've really sort of branched out to cover the whole New England region. So I'll be up in Kennebunkport this weekend, then I'm going to be in Stowe, Vermont next week. So I have a lot of fun travels coming up. I mean, I feel like the mountains are sometimes underrated as a summer escape, but that's another spot that's not overwhelming this type of year. You don't have to wait until fall to go up to the White Mountains or the Berkshires.
Such a good point, actually, because I think a lot of people, and it is great in the fall, but it can be a little bit more challenging to find lodging. So
expensive, and
in the
fall season hits, it can be
done.
Really. It's like the Cape in July. You know, the similar kind of thing. So if you can go up now, it's still beautiful. There's great hiking. There's so much to do. Everything's open. So I love kind of finding those times of years that are maybe slightly off peak, but still really there. Beautiful.
Almost like a little bit of a shoulder season in a way. Yeah, that's a really smart way to do. Well, thank you so much for coming down and joining us today. So much great content and great ideas. So thanks for coming down, and we will have more coming up on Spotlight New England. Stick around. All right, more cool stuff happening around the New England area. Like, I feel like New England is like the coolest place, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in the summertime, it just seems like there's like endless celebrities and
this is where
things
they
like
love
that.
To come.
Yeah. Like maybe a little bit like low key though.
Right. Not full force. Hey, they don't have to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
But a little surprise here and there.
A little surprise. So this was like such a cool thing at the Zeiterion Theater in New Bedford.
Have you been there since they've redone it?
No, I haven't.
We gotta go. Everyone says it looks amazing. Right?
I know Kay Walsh has been there, and she covered it when they reopened it.
I remember that. That's right.
She said it looks great.
Looks great.
And they have a lot of really good programming.
Yes.
So they've been doing this whole like Bill Murray movie series on Mondays. Or I think they just started actually. This might have been the first one.
They started. Yeah,
but they're doing a series of them on Monday nights. So this past Monday they were playing What About Bob, which I love that movie.
That was a really good movie.
That's probably like my favorite Bill Murray movie.
Is it your
I just
favorite?
remember watching it as a kid
and just thinking it was great.
I don't know. It's just like so silly and quirky.
I used to love Groundhog Day.
Yeah, I got annoyed by Groundhog Day a little bit. Yeah.
You know,
Groundhog Day, I was like, okay, it's the same day.
Same day.
Still a great movie. But yeah. Anyway, they were playing the movie, or right before. I think maybe they played the movie. He appeared.
There he is.
Showed up at What About Bob? I think he did a little. He just talked a little bit, maybe answered a couple of questions, did some photos with people. And so this was the other thing. I guess this cutout, they'd been using this cutout around town to like, I think either promote
just get people excited.
Yeah, and so they were taking pictures with the cutout. So I think they were thinking like, oh, like the cutout, and then all of a sudden there's real life
Bill Murray. I love that he showed up. I think that just says a lot for who he is as a person.
Yeah,
you know?
I really do too. I was gonna say exactly that. He seems, you watch people in movies, you see them sometimes in interviews. He seems like a funny, like in on the joke, kind of a person. That doesn't take himself too seriously.
Doesn't seem like it.
But like he seems also brilliant.
Oh yeah, totally. And I love that he seems like he wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
And I know that you said it you would have loved to have gone. Brendan, obviously on the road show, said he was potentially going to go, and then opted. And
did he really?
He said he was thinking about going, and then
he goes to a lot of stuff.
Show up. But can you imagine?
No, if Brendan had been there when it happened,
he would have lost his mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It would have been like the Zach Brown band
concert.
Right.
Like
you'd been like, oh my god. I know, but I just love that cool stuff like that is happening, and that he did that, and I guess he frequents the area.
Apparently he does.
I'm not really sure why, but people say that he likes that area, so he like pops up from time
I will say this. Will said this morning he heard from a source that he likes to come because he loves the pierogies.
I thought I heard Will say that.
So,
but I wasn't sure if that was a fact.
And again, we have to take it with a grain of salt because we haven't heard directly from him.
It was just us chit-chatting.
It did make me think, because my husband's Polish. I'm like, are there really good pierogies over there? Because Matt makes homemade pierogies. Should I invite Bill Murray over our house?
I love pierogies.
I do too.
By the way, so if there is a spot that he
please let us know.
We want to go with or without him. That just sounds great. All right, well, thank you for joining us today on Spotlight New England. Don't forget, you can always catch us at 12:30 live on weekdays, but we also live on demand on the WPRI 12 Plus streaming TV app. We'll see you next time.